Okay, we're going to look at a few clips with our forecheck and primarily our F3 and where he is after we've made contact or created a battle or a turnover. Now, the term that we're going to use for our F3 is called overloading. So when we have a battle with the puck on entry off of a forecheck, we want to have all three forwards on the same side of the ice as the puck. That's called overloading. We want to have our F3 in a line behind the puck. So he's in a position to jump on a loose puck if it squirts out, or if they make a play, he's able to put immediate pressure on the opposition. So we're going to play a couple clips and we'll kind of talk through this. So I'm going to play it here, and we can see here we're in okay shape. Brady Young here. We have Yardley here and Jones on the puck. We have our D right here. So we're in good position right here. We keep going. And right here we can see that we are outnumbered in this battle 2-1. So what happens is Yardley comes in and gets involved in this battle to make it on 2-on-2. And if we look at Jones, Jones would be in a very good position here beside their third forward. Now when I stop it here, we can see that Mr. Young has cycled out and is in front of the net. We don't want to just be standing here in traffic. We can also see that their forward right here has now come in and got involved in this battle to make this a 3-on-3. So if we think about this, we are good with Young coming in and getting involved in this battle to make it a 3-on-3 because our defensemen are still in good position being above their highest two men. We can continue this. We can just see that our F3 here is basically doing nothing. He's not ready to jump on any loose pucks. If a puck squirts out this way, that's where if he was in this area here, he would be able to jump on it. Our D also should be able to come in and close off this space a little bit more. But this is just a good example of where we want our F3. When our F3 can get involved down low in a battle is if there's three guys below him, our F3 can close that space off. We got another clip here. So a puck comes around, our F1 is Jackson. He jumps in on that puck. We have, if I stop it right here, we have Joseph Freitas, who we want now to be out and behind that puck in this area right here. On that play there, when that puck leaks out, if Joseph is in this area here, filling that space, he can also jump on any loose puck that comes this way. But when we get possession of that puck, now Joseph is in a position where we can use him as an option on F3 because he's available in this ice, in this space here. So good dump in here. We can see our F1 and F2 doing a good job getting in on the forecheck. F2 here taking away the wall. F1 pushing the puck up the wall. This is exactly what we've asked our guys to do as F1 as the dog, F2 as the fox. Where I want to identify here is what our F3, which again is Mr. Young. I'm not picking on you, Younger. This is just something that we're going to identify with you. And we can see we want him to overload here. So if I back it up just a little bit, we want him to overload. So we want him into this area right here. All of this space right here is the space that we can use if we get control of the puck to create offense. So right now, all he's doing is he's standing in traffic. He's not available if we get that puck off that battle to create immediate offense. So we just want this guy to overload and come into this position right here. Okay, so this, and I'm going to give Mr. Hartwick, who is right here, a lot of credit. So one thing we've been talking about with Nolan is sometimes he will hesitate and he likes to be the F3. And what we've been telling him is that we're challenging him not to just be patient and want to be F3, but to get in on loose pucks, be F1, be that dog or that fox, and make sure that that line is consistently being aggressive and creating turnovers. And this is something that we've talked about him for the last couple of weeks on being a little bit more aggressive with his forecheck. And we can see here as F1 how much ground he makes up and how much pressure he puts on that he almost gives himself a breakaway by being ultra aggressive. Now we get that puck. We're on it again. There's F1, F2. Okay, here's another one. Okay, nice play here. We get a dump in. Now, here's what we're talking about with the hesitation, and I'm going to back it up right here. So, right here, this puck goes in. F1 should be Nolan Hartwick, and we can just see as we go, there is just a hesitation to get in and put immediate pressure, and we don't put any pressure on that D coming back on Rich Primo. So, Nolan, this is one of those plays that we're talking about where you're F1, you're kind of looking at your line mates to get going, where we want all three guys to want to be the first in on the forecheck, and then they have to read and react if they are F1, F2, and F3. But if all three guys have the mindset that we're going to put immediate pressure on any puck that gets chipped or dumped in, then sort it out from there, we're always going to make sure that we have two guys going hard and putting pressure. So right here we can see no immediate pressure, and they get sole possession of the puck. So now here's a perfect example of how our F3, and Nolan Hartwick does a very good job here of being F3 and making good choices to put pressure on pucks that come up the half wall because he has support from his D. And we're just going to let it play here. F3 sees, puts immediate pressure on the wall, creates a turnover, finds a seam, back door, keeps moving, jumps under that loose puck, and it's in the back of the net. This goal is created by making a great read as F3, putting immediate pressure on a puck coming up the wall, finding a seam, moving the puck, and then moving and finding open ice. Again, a secondary forecheck, good stick, moves his feet, creates a second turnover, and then pucks on net in the back of the net. So this is a great job of how, when our F3 is in a good position of overloading, how they can put immediate pressure on any pucks coming up the half wall. And then we can transition from playing F3 as a defensive sided player into creating offense once we get possession of the puck. So big thing, teaching point tonight in practice is going to be overloading our F3. We're going to continue to challenge all three guys on the forecheck to want to be F1 and F2. And then whoever's the third guy is going to have to make the read and become that F3 who we are calling a hawk. And then we can now create offense once we get possession of the puck or we initiate a battle and we go into our F3 overload.